packed up a few years ago and I moved to the Dominican Republic, and I can say I feel free. And in this video, I'm going to show you what freedom looks like. Follow me. This is what freedom looks like. This view is priceless. Couldn't buy this. This is on top of the building where I'm living. And that's the ocean over there. And that's the mountains over here. Hi guys, Jazz here. In case you're new to my channel, I am a retired registered nurse living overseas. I packed up everything and I quit my job and I moved to the Dominican Republic a few years ago. I have since got married to my wonderful husband, Ricardo, and now I'm island girl entrepreneur. So if you've always wanted to experience life overseas, and or if you're just thinking about it, well, follow me. Love the hair. I fell in love with it and I started coming back and forth, and I decided after a while that when I was ready to retire, this was the place I was going to be. I checked out other countries, but I sort of decided on this because it was so close to the US. While I was in the States, I felt like I was just on a hamster wheel, just spinning my wheels, working, waiting for the weekend to have a little fun. And I decided that's not the life I wanted to live. So something had to give. I just couldn't keep doing that anymore. So I opted for early retirement and I packed up my bags and I headed out. So this is where I am. Top 3 reasons why I chose DR was because of the cost of living, the culture, and the weather. I grew up in New York City and I just vowed that I did not want to be anywhere where it snowed anymore. So DR being close to the States, I can get there in an hour and a half, 2 hours max. It's, it's like Florida weather. So it was pretty close. Year round, yes it was, year round. And I love the community. I've had experiences here where my friend's car broke down and people were just stopping everywhere to help. I'm not going to romanticize living here. Like anywhere that you live or visit, there's challenges. And when you come to a country when there's a cultural difference, a language difference, it's a slower pace, there's some challenges that you're going to face. So I'm just going to talk about my challenges because a lot of people on YouTube make it seem like, oh yeah, it's paradise. It's paradise compared to a lot of other places, but it has its faults. And one of the faults that I found that I had a hard time really getting accustomed to was the lights going out. The first time that happened, somebody said, oh, it's only going to go out for about 10, 15 minutes. What it lasted the entire day.
Like 2 or 3 hours?
It was the entire day. And I was just beside myself because I couldn't use my phone.
You had no internet?
I had no internet. There was no lights. It was hot. So it was
like it gave you like a culture shock or a reminder. It's like, yeah, you're in
a third world country.
But the thing is that you could solve it. It's just that you didn't have the knowledge.
I didn't know at the time. Exactly. Because I was still fairly new to the country. I didn't know that you can buy an inverter. Yeah. And we have one now, so we never really experienced that problem. A lot of people, and I try to tell most people that are visiting or planning on living here, 2 things that you buy when you come here.
An inverter.
Number 1.
And number 2 is the heater. Make sure where you're moving into has a
hot water heater. Those 2 things, or else you're going to be very uncomfortable.
Hey, the water over here is not that cold. Even if you see little chiblets of ice at 5 in the morning.
Really? You really think so?
Look, ma'am, I, as a countryman, I have been cold showering for years, and I'm still alive. I grew up nice.
But you're accustomed to it, Ricardo. You haven't been, showering in hot water since you were born.
That is true.
So your body is acclimatized to it. Just like me, I lived in New York for many years, but now when I go there, if it's 60 degrees, 65, I'm freezing.
Yes, that is
So
true.
it's the same thing. Your body just adapts to the climate that you're living in.
That
you
is
know?
true.
So anyway, now we're going to talk about what do I do here? Well, let's do that. All right. So Ricardo works. He's had a job for a long time, so he's good. A lot of people that come here, and I've come in contact with a few expats over the years that have come here, and they don't really have a plan. They came on vacation, they fell in love with the place. Oh,
And
it's
then
paradise.
they just, okay, I'm gonna stay.
I'm gonna stay. But they don't know how they're gonna pay their bills, and they quickly run out of money, and then bad things start happening.
That is true.
So I'm just going to say, make sure you have a plan of how you're going to support yourself while you're in the DR. Whether it's going to be you're going to be here for a couple of months, or you're retiring. Make sure everything is in place. Before I came, finally, when I was
Decided to stay.
when I decided to stay, I was eligible for early retirement. So I knew I had a set income that I could count on. And I was still going back and forth to the States, and I was still working. I'm a nurse, so I was still going back and forth, and I was working, and I made money, and then I came back, and I stayed for a couple of months and went back. So that afforded me the lifestyle that I could live here comfortably. I haven't been back to the States now in
9 months.
9 months because of him.
Spoken against it. But
Because
the thing,
of him.
the tangent that you want to form is that set up a budget. Don't just go as like, oh, this is only $500. Yeah, I'm going in. Oh, or this is this much. I can do that. That's no problem. No, that's not the right mentality. The mentality is to set up a budget, know what you're going to get, do your research, which is the main thing that a lot of people don't do. They just say it's like, oh, I want to live in Puerto Plata. Okay, then I found an apartment for $900. Yeah, I'm moving in. No, that's not the right mentality. The mentality is to check out, ask locals, ask some of your own expat friends. It's like, what do good apartments, 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom go for? That's one thing that a lot of people skip out on, and that could be a game changer for a lot of them.
Yeah. So there are different parts of the island that are a little bit more pricey. And then there are parts of the island
that are
dirt cheap. Now, we're not talking about, paying $80 a month for rent or $100 a month, because you're going to get what you paid for.
Yes.
And
especially no hot water.
Those parts of the island, you better know your language.
That is true.
You will feel totally lost.
Alienated.
All you're going to hear is Spanish in those neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Now, it's still very affordable. We know prices have gone up since the pandemic. Things. What was $350? When I first came, I had an apartment that I used to come back and forth. No, it was not. The first one was a house.
Yes.
Then I got the apartment after I left the house, and it was $350 a month, fully furnished, 2-bedroom, 2-bath with a pool, and it was really nice. So that price, I don't think exists too much anymore.
It does not. Not with all those amenities, like fully furnished. Like, we were helping out someone to look at a fully furnished apartment, and it was a single bedroom, fully furnished and all of that, and that was $450,
and it was not in a nice neighborhood, and it was, I'll put it blatantly, a dump. So, not that you can't find places for that price, it's still pretty nice, because
you got to do, like I said,
you have to do your research. And it's also good if you connect with other people, because over here, even though they have realtors, they're not really realtors like we know in the States. They're not licensed. There's no licensing board or taking exams or whatever. It's just like, okay, I'm gonna, some people
it's mostly word of mouth. It's
they
like, hey,
drive around.
My friend, I took this number. It's like, hey, I got someone for you.
And I know people that used to drive around just get the numbers of the because most everybody will put up a sign that says, what do they say in Spanish?
Se renta.
Se renta.
Amueblado.
Right.
Yeah,
And which is furnished.
Or unfurnished, sin amueblado.
And they compile a list, or they'll make deals with the landlords.
They'll even make a listing. Like they'll go out of their way because they're gonna get a commission for it.
A lot of them do, or else they're not doing it. So you know, but if you get with somebody that's trustworthy, a local preferably, who speaks the language and can either be your front man, because that makes a big difference too, because no matter what you know anyone tells you, once they know you are a foreigner, the price is going to go up.
It changes.
It changes, and it's just the way it is.
We're not speaking badly about it, but it's just something that happens everywhere. It's just like you made some stories of whenever they found out that you were a nurse. Yeah. We're like, okay, she's a nurse. She's a nurse. She has the money.
That's and that was even in the States.
Yes.
So you know, it's just the what we're dealing with, and it's economics. It's economics.
It's just part of life, really.
Another thing is to get a lawyer. Hint, hint.
Hey, look, we're going to keep me out of this video for now. But yes.
Get a lawyer to look over the contract. If there's something that you don't like in the contract, you know,
always get a second opinion. Don't always jump on some things that are too good to be true. Sometimes that's the case. It's too good to be true. It's not real. Like even they just get a second opinion. Whenever you get into any difficult, because like we said it, or how you said it at the start of the video, it's not paradise. There are difficulties there are misunderstandings. There are things that are going to be lost in translation. You might get into trouble. There are things that are going to happen because life keeps on lifing.
And there are other things that, well, you know me, I haven't been driving. I've driven once since I've been here, because to me, driving here is kind of scary. But you know, if you have to drive, you have to drive. It is what it is. But you know, make sure that you have your license, insurance,
and always the front man, just in case someone runs into back.
Get one of those little camera things for your car.
Yes.
If you're renting a car, because we rented a car twice and we had to jump out of it because once it caught on fire.
Hey, I wasn't there at this point.
No, you weren't. And another time that the axle broke, and Lord, I can tell you so many things that I've experienced, and I'm still not going to say anything bad, because it can happen in the States. It can happen anywhere.
The experiences that you've had are not limited to DR. That's something that people sometimes they don't understand. Sometimes even the media polarizes. We're not going to get into that, but it's like it happened in the corner of La Romana. Okay, the whole country's dangerous.
Exactly.
Which is, you know, it is what it is. So
if you are, you know, and there's so many things that we could go into. And I know there's a lot of people on YouTube and everybody's giving advice and, you know, everybody's talking about stuff. But if you really want, you know, information, honest information, like I said, we're not going to romanticize it. You can contact us, because we're going to tell you. We're going to keep it real, and
we're not going to sugarcoat it.
We're not going to sugarcoat it. Ricardo, he has been here all his life. He does travel. He's not one of them that's never been on a plane. And I've been around a few places, and I've been here on and off since 2018.
I believe we're well traveled.
I think so. I think we're okay. I think we have stuff that we can compare it to.
Yeah.
So where my channel is really to help people that are coming,
that they want an honest point of view. There are some that just tell you it's like this, but
because
it's really
they
not
have
like
an
that.
agenda.
Exactly.
And I'm gonna call it out. There's some expats who make their living, off of YouTube, and they need people coming, for whatever reason. And that's how they make their money. I don't knock anybody's way of earning a living, but I still believe in honesty. And we're
doing this for fun.
This is therapeutic for me. I'm not employed. I've always been a serial entrepreneur. Now I'm doing digital marketing. I have my YouTube channel. There's so many things I have my hand into that I don't need. I'm not looking to make money off of being a YouTube content creator. It's not my main form of income. So I'm not stressing about that. So if you ever want to know, or ever, feel like you want to reach out to us, We're here.
We listen to our comments. We check.
I always
so-
respond to my comments, and we can tell you about the different parts of the island. Ricardo has been a police officer for how long?
For 13 long
years.
But yes.
So he's seen the good, the bad, and the ugly. So I think you'll get.
I hope you're not calling me ugly.
I didn't say that.
Okay, good. Just wanted to clarify. Wanted to make that clear.
So since I've been here, I can honestly tell you, since we've been married, and we have made a video before about that, we touched on, the cultural differences between being different cultures and whatever from different, getting together as a married couple, and we talked about those challenges, and we'll make some more videos, coming up.
The car videos specifically.
Yeah, everybody
People
loves
love
the car
those.
videos. But I can honestly say I found my peace. And that's a big deal to me. I found my peace. I wake up in the morning, I'm listening to the crows that won't stop cock-a-doodling until you get up.
I think those are roosters.
Whatever you call them, crows, roosters, whatever. My diet, I've always been a vegan. My diet is even better now because the food is really fresh. What they call in the States organic is really, really organic here. Medical, I've been to the doctor. I've been in the hospital here. I can talk about that on another video. I have health insurance. That's another thing that people need to get is health insurance. You can, if you get sick here, you better have your money because you're going to pay for this. You're going to die. You're not going to see a doctor. If you're bleeding to death, you're going to have to call somebody to wire you some money because this is what it is. And I'm just calling it a spade is a spade. So, I'm going to cut this video now, and if anyone wants to put in the comments if they've had any experiences being in DR or any other country that they want to talk about, drop it down in the comments.
Good or bad.
Good or bad. We always read the comments and we respond. And if you want to reach out to us, if there's any questions you want to ask, I'll put my email in the description. And you can reach us on all social media because we're there. So anyway, like, share, and subscribe. Ricardo is a clown.
Yes, I am.
Yes, he's a big clown. He loves to clown around, but that's okay. It keeps it light. So if anyone has any comments, any questions, anything that they want to know, please let us know. We'll be more than happy to guide you through, hold your hand, answer your questions. We're here for you. Okay, so don't forget to like, share.